we are really, really good at, and it's actually brewing beer. I'm honored to actually present to you a Stella Artois. Stella Artois is the #1 Belgian selling beer in the world. So having this at the festival, I think it's very, very good, because you got the big boys like the US here with all their brands, and also with all the craft beers. You got Germany here. Every other country has big beers, but original beers going back ages is actually Belgium. Everybody's wondering, Stella Artois, where does this all come from? But first of all, it's a little brewery in Leuven. Leuven is a little town next to Brussels, and it's also famous for their students. I don't know exactly who came first, the students and then the beer, or the other way around, because one actually very coexist really well with each other. I don't know if that's why we have good professors also. So the name of Stella Artois is actually two different things to it, because the big thing about this Stella Artois is it actually is a Christmas beer. As weird as it may sound, because everybody knows now Christmas beer as being rich, heavy, a lot of spice to it. This didn't happen in the days back, because it's called Brouwerij de Hoorn. There's a little horn on this and a little horn on this one. Is the name of the brewery in Leuven. And Stella, does anybody know what Stella or Stellar stands for? Star, exactly, and that's why they call it the Christmas beer. There's a little star on there also, and you see them holding a specific glass for it. It's called a chalice. And then Artois is actually the brewmaster who invented the beer, and still is part owner of the major company called the AB InBev. We're very happy also to be part of the big group. Everybody says, yeah, the Belgians bought a big brewery in St. Louis. It's not really all the way around. It's the Brazilians are in there and everybody's in there. So we're exactly where we need to be on top of this of the world. So and it's everybody's helping everybody. But what is this actually? Which beer is this? This is a premium lager. Lager is Pilsner style. He invented it in Czechoslovakia called a place Pilsner Urquell. And what do you need to make a lager is actually a cooling system, and that's for there was because you need to stop the brewing process at a certain point, and you need to cool it down by doing that. Therefore, they only could make it during the winter period, because they needed ice blocks or very cold water to run to their pipes to run the beer over. Actually, if you ever see this, it's quite impressive. They use a big, in the old days they used a big copper wall where they run water through, and they actually run the beer over it to cool it down. It's one of the first ways how to actually cool beer down. But also, for me, it's very, very important to actually have the proper glassware. You see, we have also Leffe, or Lef, it depends on which part of the country you are, Flemish side or the French side. And then we have Hoegaarden. But we're going to go all over those in a little bit. And also, what I really want to show you, and why we all do this, is pouring beer in a proper manner. And pouring beer in a proper manner is really, really, really important, because the brewers made a lot of attention to make the perfect beer. They designed the glasses in a proper manner to actually create the perfect. And now we're going to pour you a perfect beer. So we never ever touch the glass. If it doesn't work in one time, I will try a couple more. See, I've been practicing the whole day. So, you also probably also saw that I don't touch the glass like this. We don't want to warm it up. This is where it's a glass like this. It is specially designed as its stemware. It's called a chalice. And you saw that, and I will show that again quickly. You saw that I hold my glass at a 45-degree angle. That's to create an alchemy. When you actually create an alchemy, you actually have all the aromas and the flavors coming out. And then we want to create head on that beer, because we actually want to keep still the flavors in there. So I'll say Prost, don't be jealous, there's more coming for you also. Why I always do the quality control, because you guys actually have to, being very important guests, make sure that everything goes the proper way. I'll show you one more, for anybody who wants to take out a picture about this. And then I will tell you also, since I'm a chef, I will tell you a little recipe from my restaurant. we do it in a 45-degree angle, and then we tilt it. Here we go. You know what, sir? Here you go. We're looking at this. I will give you a quick recipe. For this, it actually just very, very simple. We're famous for mussels at the Belgian Cafe in Washington, D.C. So we actually do a little recipe with mussels, leek, and what happened with the beer, it's really fun to cook with beer also, and seafood, because Stella Artois works really well with it. So, quick recipe, a little bit shallots, leeks. For us, it's very typical for Belgium. I remember 15 years ago when I arrived here, you couldn't find them that often, but it's a common product. Belgian food also, overall, is very down to earth or down to the dirt, I say. I remember my grandma going to her yard. She walks in that yard and she goes like, okay, what we have here? We have some leeks here, we have some potatoes. Get the simplicity, oh, there's a chicken running around. So we have all those. I didn't say duck. We get chicken, we get rabbits, we get all those things. And so it's really just simplicity of the food. And that's what makes, in Belgium also, things so good. I mean, like, we make really awesome bread. I met some Belgians here. They were like, where is the crunchy bread? I'm like, this is, you can't go to France, but yeah, then we need to eat baguettes. So we did not want that either. But the little recipe, take some mussels, and we don't actually, you always call it steaming, but what you do, you have your beer on the bottom, you add your mussel stock to a pot, you add some fresh chives to it, some other fresh herbs, pepper, salt, and you steam them in there. And what you're going to create is actually the mussel juice, and for everything with a B, I always say everything with a B is better. So you got butter, bacon, don't forget the butter. Good, have a stick of butter in there. That makes it, and then you need baguettes again, sorry. You get Belgian baguettes, don't forget. Normally we eat them also with fries. I mean, like, clear that up while I'm at Belgian beer, and I'm from Belgium and be very proud of it. Let's clear that up, and once and for all, and please support me in that one. There are not such thing as French fries, freedom fries, or any other fries. There are Belgian fries. Belgians? No, honestly, Belgians invented those. Belgians invented those because in World War I, the Americans came to help us out when we had trouble over there, and they saw some military people cooking sliced potatoes, and they called them, oh, they're French fries. But like, no, because at that time, the first language for everybody who was in the military was French. So, therefore, I clear that up for you also. Bon, the next one, I don't know, anybody ever tried a Hoegaarden? Not ho, who. That's what it says on the bottle, Hoegaarden. Anybody tried that before? Oh, that's good. Because this is definitely on weather like this. Today it's a little bit warm and everything like that. This is one of the most refreshing one. It's the original Belgian white or wheat beer. It has a little note of citrus that comes from the Curacao orange peel who's in there, and a touch of coriander. This, on the other hand, also has a really funny way of pouring this. I call it also Our Lady beer. Because we need to pour this like this. And then we stop. I don't know. But we get it back in shape because this is a typical ladies. Yeah, thank you, gentlemen. But what we have here is a little bit sediment on the bottom. And this has yeast. And we need to swirl this around. Little lens. Get everything going, because the most important thing is right in the bottom here. And we're going to pour the rest right in there. Because we have that full flavor. Wow. You see, it's a little bit cloudy. This is because all the sediment from the bottom is now in the bottle also. So, it's the Hoegaarden. A little fun fact about Hoegaarden. Hoegaarden is also a little town. So, good towns have good beer. About when they launched this, so the records go back, way back, to like the 1400s. But when they relaunched this, they had about 2,000 inhabitants in Hoegaarden and 18 different breweries. But why is that? There is one main reason to this one. What is the key ingredient to make beer? Water, exactly. So in those days, in the beginning, like 1800s or even 1700s, the water was kind of contaminated, or was not. They couldn't drill wells when it were not. It was not good to drink the water just. And that's where we have sometimes T-shirts in Belgium. Say like, don't waste any water, just drink beer. Because what you have actually, you need water, and that makes also Belgian beer so authentic. Because you cannot really create Belgian beer, or you're not allowed actually to call Belgian beer if it's brewed out of Belgium. It has to be brewed in Belgium, or it has to be called then a Belgian style. Because most of, about I think 90% of any style of beer is Belgian style. Because there's 7 major ones. Fortunately enough, we have 3 here. So we have a lager or pilsner. We have a Hoegaarden, who's actually a white. And then we also have the most famous one of all that we're going to talk about in 2 seconds. It's the Leffe. That's the Abbey or Trappist ales. That's what Belgium is known for most. And that is so much fun to just be capable of saying, like, you know what, as a small country, we have all these little things here, and we can bring them to you. I mean, like being here in the park, for us also, they built that little stage, Belgium, they have the waffles. They're originally called Brussels waffles, but at the World Fair, they decided, since it was in the Belgian pavilion, they're actually going to call it Belgian waffles. Other fact is, we don't eat waffles for breakfast in Belgium. As weird as it may sound, and we never do put any syrup on it. We actually eat waffles in the afternoon most of the time, or for birthdays. We don't eat too many birthday cakes, but we like to have our crepes, or we like to have waffles. And waffles, most of the time, we eat them in the afternoon when everybody goes shopping. There's 2 things that the girls and the boys like to do. The girls go shopping a little bit longer, and the guys goes like, you know what, I will go and sit on a terrace, or a little sidewalk cafe, le joie de vivre, the enjoyment of life, and drink a beer while the lady goes shopping and spend some money. And the gentleman goes like, I'm happy right here. And then they come back in the afternoon around 4 o'clock and eat their waffles with strawberries, cream, anything, lots of topics on it, but no syrup. So, but I have for you also a recipe with Hoegaarden. It's called Hoegaarden, not just small potato salad. What I do also is I cook small potatoes. Can have different colors if you really want to spice it up or funk it up a little bit. And I cook them with a little bit bay leaf. In this case, bay leaf, thyme, and some crushed garlic. No salt, because it's sometimes I try to put in a little fact that healthy eating is very good also. So a little bit less salt in life doesn't hurt anybody, because we're gonna add some other fun stuff in there. We take some mayonnaise, Belgian mayonnaise. Find the best. Don't use that light stuff. It really is not good. They don't. I tried it. It doesn't work really well. But you add some shallots to it, a little bit chives, lots of parsley, hard-boiled eggs, and crunchy bacon. You see, everything with a B is better. So there we go. We're going in the right direction. Bacon bits that we chopped up. Put it in there also, but we actually just rendered them before, cooked them a little bit, get all that fat out there, and then the crème de la crème. What we do, we actually add Hoegaarden to it. So you make it really rich and creamy, almost like a dressing, almost like whipped cream, almost like a heavy cream. And then you add that to your salad, and you put it in your fridge. The biggest advantage you're gonna have, they're gonna actually absorb. The potato's gonna absorb a little bit your mayonnaise, but you still don't gonna have one of those potato salads where you scoop it up and then you go like, tung, 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 it still sticks on your spoon. You're gonna have something nice. So you can do that with a grilled steak and drink a Stella with it. So you have all the combinations going on, can go in all the directions.